Back Row Ministry, the world premiere, Mr. Moxie coming back at you live and direct, of course, from the Kia Optima Studios. Getting a little bit careful out here. Um, Wanted to talk about this whole thing with the DOGE office and Trump and Musk and just a lot of shady things that the birds of a feather, and when I say birds of a feather, I mean the Democrats and Republicans do, to kind of pull the wool over your eyes. They never want you to know that they're always in cahoots, always in cahoots. So when they created this DOGE office, everyone was acting as if Trump was just creating an office and just plugging Elon Musk into the office, and it was just this new entity, and that we're just going to make up things and throw people into these spaces, and that's how it works. That's the BS. That's the BS that I want y'all to always continue to be mindful of. So the United States DOGE service, or the USDS, formerly known as the United States Digital Service. So formerly known. So the only thing they did with this DOGE was change the name. Um, it already existed. So no new office ever was created. So like I say with Trump a lot of times, he tries to get you to jump on his hype train and drink the Kool-Aid. And people are so um, emotionally moved by him that they do that, and they do no research. So, and that's the problem. You have a whole pocket of our society that, and I'm going to say this, a lot of these people are great readers, but they won't go do their own research when it comes to government entities. They won't go look up, is it possible to create your own office? They won't take the name of the thing that they're given. And if they would have just looked up the DOGE, they would have found that it was already created. The name was just changed. Meaning, if this entity already exists, aren't there people working there? So there are already people who work for the USDS. So it's not as though, and then that's the other thing, where he bought a whole bunch of 19, 20-year-olds. So what happened to the people that were already working in there doing the work? And who were the people already working in there doing the work? Because they have to have security clearance to be able to do what it is they do. So you have Elon Musk, who basically has been giving the carte blanche to take over this program. He has the qualification. He's been working in the electronics industry for years, the digital industry, and he was tasked also because of the SpaceX program. So he already has people in place that have security clearances that work for DOGE. I mean, because they've been there. I mean, did you hear about them firing anybody from the DOGE office? No, because they were pretending as though it was a new office. That's how they got you. They got you by pretending it was a new office. So the first thing ditto head Donnie would think, oh man, we're bringing in 19 or 20. There were already people working there. You didn't hear them say anything about firing anybody because they didn't have to. Because the masses think it's a new office. The masses think this is a new office. They just created it. So they just got a whole bunch of new people and brought them in, and they're 19 and 20-year-olds to do the work. No. This office has been in play since the Barack Obama administration. Because you read forward, it tells you initially established by who? Barack Obama in 2011. So called to improve and simplify digital service and to improve federal websites. The unit was renamed to the United States DOGE Service by President Donald Trump on January 20, 2025, as the U.S. DOGE Service temporary organization was established under to implement the DOGE agenda. So, an agency can be tasked to do other things, but in 2011, This agency was just tasked to simplify digital service and improve federal websites. So their job was to look at federal websites. At any time, they can be tasked to do something else. They can be tasked to do something else. So let's say that office is just looking at, well, y'all could be doing this over here and take this off of our plate. Why don't we get y'all doing this and take this off of our plate as something new that you guys could be doing? So at any time, the president can task an office to do something else. They can do that. They can send out a memorandum and say, hey, I need a director to go work over here. You can be tasked to do other things. So it's nothing strange for this to happen. It's nothing strange. We have what we call the Government Oversight Committee, right? The Government Oversight Committee is tasked to look at spending. That's what the Government Oversight Committee is doing. So now the DOGE has been tasked to help the Government Oversight Committee look at spending. That's all. That's all. So you can be asked to work on special projects. So this is nothing new. What the government is doing in this situation is nothing new. They're just tasking another agency that might not be doing that much to help out the Government Oversight Committee to look at, hey, how are we spending our money? That's it. And we're going to look in certain places to see where we can cut some spending. That's it. That's how the game works. And you can ask anybody in government that's been tasked to do things, and hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But hey, we need people on this, so we're going to task them people to look into this. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. So this office was created in 2011 by who? Barack Otaco. And who says that he had the best intentions when he created the office as the USDS? And nobody asked him any questions. So when you see Trump and Barack Otaco chopping it up, what are they chopping it up about? Are they chopping it up about the use of this USDS and what the DOGE can do? Hey, what can I get away with? What's some things I need to look at? These are birds of a feather. Their job is to do the bidding of the elite. Their job is to create scripts. Their job is to create chaos, and then they bring forth the order. So this office was already created. It was created by the great one, Barack Obama. No one's saying anything about him because they got everybody thinking that this is just an agency created from nowhere, and magically the DOGE was hiring 19 and 20-year-olds, but fired no staff that already worked there. That's how they get you. And we are so quick. When I get you not to like a person, and I can get all your energy focused on not liking that person, you won't pay attention to any goddamn thing that's going on. And that's the problem. We so stuck in the Trump Kool-Aid, we're not paying attention to anything they're doing. And they're not doing anything new. They're not doing anything new. They just want you to drink the Kool-Aid. That's all. And once you drink it, I'm in the DOGE, and he just created an office, and Musk got the 19 and 20. Well, what about the people that already work there? I don't think they've been working there since 2011. I didn't hear that they fired anybody. I didn't hear they fired one person. So, come on, man. You're going to have to do better. Somebody driving back. But, strange. Very strange that we don't do any form of research when it comes to this. The second part of this is Elon Musk. Now, Elon Musk works for the SpaceX program. I want y'all to just think about what I said. Elon Musk is the founder of the SpaceX program, meaning that he shoots rockets off out of the atmosphere into space. That's what he does. Now, I can agree with ALC. No, Musk is not the brightest camper at the campground when it comes to creating things, because half the stuff Musk is not creating. He's not the brightest camper at the dude at the campground when it comes to that. And he works with and is the founder of the SpaceX program. That's Elon Musk, and that's what he does. Now, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, and I want you to use common ass sense because this is how stupid the American populace is. This is how stupid we are. If you have a program called SpaceX and you launch rockets into the atmosphere, why would you not have a security clearance? Think about this. Think about this. Why would you not have a security clearance? You think they're going to let you shoot rockets into the atmosphere, leave the planet, and they not know what you're doing? Elon Musk holds a top secret clearance. He applied for his clearance back in 2018 during the time of Trump. He had a lot of issues because it's damn hard for those who've been federal before. You know, these investigations can take years, and yeah, Musk was one of those type of kids. He was messing around with marijuana and ketamine and all that good stuff. So it took him a while to get his security clearance. So by the time he got that clearance, it was in the 2020s. He still has his program up, but it's in the 2020s until he got his actual clearance, and he was given a top secret clearance by who? What administration cleared him at the time? The Biden administration cleared him. Now, you still can do certain things as you're under investigation. So that's why his program was still able to function because he's under investigation. Now, anytime they decide that, hey, no, we are not going to be able to grant this to you, then he has to stop doing whatever he's doing, or he has to let somebody with a clearance take over, and he can't be privy to anything going on with that program. So we see Elon Musk being granted this top secret clearance because of what he does. He works for SpaceX. Any dimwit who thinks you can just shoot a rocket from your backyard and leave the atmosphere and not be questioned, you're a damn fool. But that's how he got the security clearance. So he has a top secret clearance. He has a top secret clearance. Now, does he have a classified? No. Classified a little bit hard. But he has a top secret clearance. So there are things that, yes, he can look at. Classified stuff he's not going to be able to look at. But whoever does have a classified clearance can look at. This is, again, why in this DOGE office, you would not see or have seen anyone let go of. Because how many people under his employee have a classified clearance? We don't know. They never let anybody go. They never even had a conversation about letting anybody go out of this office. They just threw the rug over your eyes and told you this is a new office, and he brought 19 and 20-year-olds in there. It's a game, folks. It's a game that works a certain way. And until y'all understand that the game works a certain way, it's still rules to the game. But they move so fast that if you're not paying attention, they get you. Nobody was ever fired from the USDS. You never heard of anybody in that department losing their jobs. Majority of those people have some form of clearance, and it's probably high clearances. And they've been planning on looking into how to move funds. Because they probably got to figure out how to get this $38 billion over the next 10 years to Israel. Who said they had it? So they got to move funds from certain places. They've been planning on doing this, Republicans and Democrats. They just needed their strategy of, hey, how are we going to do this? They had it in place already. Hey, we'll just defund some programs or stop funding certain things. So with US aid or USAID or whatever the hell they want to call it. That's not a clean program. That's not a clean program. They've been funneling money through that program for decades, doing twisted shit under the umbrella of the program. And then you have a lot of these Democrats sitting up there praising the program because they probably been getting kickbacks from that program. A lot of your opioid issues that came from the Afghanistan situation, that money was funneled through that program. Remember, they were giving aid to those farmers out there who the Taliban was going to war with, the biggest opioid dealers in the world. They up there funding them through USAA. They out there growing opioid and the poppy, and that shit flooded America. Created the opioid addiction we have today. A lot of that money came from USAA to help them farm the poppy. So let's call it what it is and stop telling these goddamn lies. So yeah, things are going to be uncovered. The fear is that things will be uncovered. With RFK, the biggest fear is they got to tell you what's in that injection. They have to tell you. They have to tell you what's in the injection, and they don't want to do that. And there's some fear. So there's a lot of fear that a lot of things will be uncovered. America will be unmasked, chaos. America's not going to bounce back from this. Trump brings the destruction of America because America itself has to be rebuilt. I don't think it's going anywhere, but it has to be rebuilt. So Trump will destroy America so it could be rebuilt. And as our secrets come out, and we got some secrets, especially around the pandemic, we got a lot of secrets that are going to come out. It's going to destroy us. That's what the Democrats are afraid of. That's why they shaking like booty meat. That's why you got the Senate Oversight Committee and the AOCs of the world don't want the dirt to come out, because she got some dirt too. She trying to play it like only everybody else is dirty. Oh, she got dirt too. All of them got dirt. Republicans and Democrats, they all got dirt. They just don't want their dirt exposed. And it's about to be exposed. So we'll see a lot, but don't drink the Kool-Aid with this Elon Musk. Musk just doing what the elite told him to do, what the Republicans and Democrats had already planned on doing. So this was in the works. This is nothing new. This was something in the works. They need money to go into their Gaza resort building plan, which they have. They gotta pay the Palestinians to do the work, so they need money. So they gotta scrap some programs. I'm a government guy. I understand. I've seen the waste. I'm a former government guy. I've seen the waste. I've seen billions of dollars just molding away. So I know how much we waste. So we can't sit and say we don't. We do. So you're going to see a house cleaning. And there's nothing new with what's going on. Like I say, that office just got a new name. That's all. It ain't nothing new. It's an old office under Barack Otaco with a new name under Trump. That's why they bosom buddies. They've been bosom buddies for a long period of time. They like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's Trump and Barack. Bosom buddies. They always feeding off each other. You see, this just one other instance of Barack Otaco and Donald Trump feeding off of each other to create this entity and do the cutting out service with the same folks that's been there for the longest, because nobody there got fired. Mr. Monkey Back Road Ministry, peace and haggard.